hold the line. Alexandra, G, power redefined. Melissa, one love, kindness in the storm. J, Rizzle strikes, crypto artist born. Duality, C, not of this world. Alien truths in the waves unfurled. Jesus saves, blessings light the path. Heart throws the horns, thunder in the blast. Maybe a band-aid, rhythm breaks the cage. All set, grinding, ain't the charge with rage. Kelly the Caliphant stomps through the hate. Together we rise, together we shake. We wave riders, we ride or we fall. Wave riders, united we come through fire, through shadows we'll always remain. Ride on the wave, let it carry our name. In midnight echoes neon in the sky. Future in our veins, we were born to defy. Silent in the build, then the break comes loud. Wave riders forever, we stand unbowed. Legends on the crest never fade away. Crypto tide rising, we seize the day. Deep in the current, we bend but don't break. Together we rise, together we quake. We wave riders, we ride or we fall. Wave riders, united we come through fire, through shadows we'll always remain. Ride on the wave, let it carry our name. We wave riders, wave rider we fall. Wave riders, united we come through fire, through shadows we'll always remain. Ride on the wave, let it carry our name. Wave riders, our names in the tide, forever alive. Wave riders. Wave riders, we ride or we fall. Wave rider we fall. Wave rider we riders. We rider alive. Forever alive.
Good evening and welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto, where we ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. Thank you all for being here. I do appreciate each and every single one of you. Oh, let's just go ahead and say good evening to everybody. Yes, my team lost today, and I don't, it is what it is. The Cam Ward looks great, and the defense looks great, but we need some talent at wide receiver, and we need already a new head coach. But anyways, yes, wifey, shout out to you. Baby is coming tomorrow. We will be having baby LBC tomorrow. I will be laying uncomfortably on the hospital couch at this time tomorrow. But I will probably be holding baby LBC. So, can we just replace the entire O-line? I don't know that the O-line, the O-line didn't play super terrible. I think play calling really hurt us on that front. But just wasn't creative at all. Didn't move Cam out of the pocket really, and it was just like so lame. So many runs up the middle that just kept getting stuffed. Like, what are you doing? Adjust. Do something else. I thought the play calling was horrendous. Plus penalties, plus dropped passes. And the defense played freaking great ball, man. Big improvement on the defense. But anyways, let's not get into all that. You'll be uncomfortable. Psh, Miss LBC will be way more uncomfortable. I don't know. She might be on the good stuff, if you know what I mean. uh, but yeah, I mean, as far as having to go through the whole process and all that, because unfortunately we weren't able to do natural births, or she's not going to be able to do natural births. So, but so you actually take on a little bit more risk when you don't do natural births. So, yeah. Chilling at the beach. What's going on, J-Val? Let's go ahead and say good evening to everybody. Good evening, Dutchy. I don't even think you're still here, but good evening to you. Duality C, good evening, good evening. Alexander G, the mod boss, mod queen, mod god. Thank you for being here, Alexander G, and pinning that Discord link in the chat. Be sure you join the Discord. I'm just throwing out all kinds of stuff in there, and especially on the weekends. But I've been posting a ton, been trying to do a ton of teaching on various different things, mostly Elliott wave theory or smart money concepts. I'm very big on smart money concepts when it comes to my scalping. So, and yeah, been doing pretty well on that in my opinion. So check out the Discord. What's going on, Kelly? Thank you for being here. RMT Retro Mic Tech, tighten up. We got to tighten up. WixY 589, thank you for being here. 2Dub in the house. J Violet, what's going on? Morning from Aussie Good morning, good morning. And I think I got everybody that has commented so far. RM Tizzle like this. Wait, I need to make a call and have Brownlee benched. Yeah, right. Brownlee, golly, man. Oh, if you know anybody, tell him, make it happen. I got spam timed out. That's crazy. Where? In my Discord? I don't know. I post pics in the disc. I'll post. Oh, yeah. There's something weird about. I don't know. I thought I got rid of the bot that was super strict and was doing that stuff, but I don't know. It's weird. All right, so let's go ahead and get over to Bitcoin. Sitting here at $110,826 and some change. Just kind of, I mean, we're just waiting to want to see some low time frame shift in market structure. We're trying to get it, but right now it's not happening. Instead, we are using these lows over here of this previous range as resistance. We've got to get back above the low, back into the range, and hold the lows, okay? We did put in some equal highs. There's some good news. Why is that good news? Well, because equal highs love to be taken out. Equal highs and equal lows love to be taken out. So to dinner, more precisely. So we got to take out our equal highs to dinner, and then maybe they will commit to us some stuff. I don't know. I tried to think of something. I couldn't come up with anything on the spot. What's going on, Paper Planes? How you doing? Thank you for being here, Paper Planes. All right, let's pull a fixed range volume profile on this whole little range up in here, up in her. Oh, wait. I'm on one that doesn't have volume. Let's go to a different chart, shall we? I've got a bunch of stuff drawn up on this one because I was going over this price action in the Discord, but that's okay. We can just still pull this. Yeah, you can see we're using that value area low as resistance right now, and we do have an order block up here, 4-hour order block or 15-minute. I think it's 15-minute. I really like the 15-minute for finding these order blocks and these fair value gaps. We have a fair value gap within the order block, so that is a pretty strong level. So we'll see if we can get up to it and break through it. But right now, you can see this, see the big drop-offs here when we break above that value area low. We've got a lot of supply up here, and every time we've gotten up into it, just more downside, it's just rejecting us. We don't have enough buyers up there to push price to the upside. Now, a little bit break of a trend here. If we just take in these two highs, we've broken the trend and we're kind of consolidating sideways. Getting above that 113.250 is going to be big, and you know, the equal highs as well. There you go. Some might even say we've got inverse head and shoulders in here forming, which I thought we could be forming, but you see in here, we want to do something like this. That's what I want to see, and start getting some short squeezes and taking out these highs, and then go from there. But right now, got to get above these highs and stay above them and not come back down into this range. Now, we do have a bunch of built up lows in here, and seeing stuff like that just gets me all kind of queasy, because I know that these lows tend to get taken out. Not always, but they do tend to get taken out. All these upward lows in here, taken out. When price just does like the choppy kind of sideways action like this to the upside, where it's just kind of a choppy grind to the upside instead of being quick with the moves, okay? Then you get consolidation, right? This is what I like to see. I like to see big push up, consolidate, big push up, consolidate, big push up. Then once you get done with that, you get your ABC correction. But then this starts to just slowly grind to the upside instead of doing those big push ups sideways, big push up sideways. And that usually spells disaster, or at least weakness. Price is not moving with intent. It is just slowly grinding to the upside. You get the swing failure pattern, and then you reverse to down and you take out all the lows. So, verdict is still out on whether or not these lows want to get taken, and these lows as well. But right now, we are putting in some bullish order flow on price. Bullish order flow is just one way to see bullish order flow is to see price come down into a bullish order block and push off of that, and then come up and take out the bearish order blocks sitting on the top side. So you can see price come down, push off, break this order block, come down into the support order block, into a fair value gap, push up, break that order block, push down. This is a fair value gap. Then we come up here, create an order block, and then we come all the way back down to this untapped order block, and then we get a push up, break the high. So this is bullish order flow, higher highs and higher lows. If we lose this low, I would expect more downside. That low comes in at about 109.283. We don't want to lose this low. We want to continue this move to the upside if we are to remain bullish. We shall find out. What's going on, Drew? All set in the house? How y'all doing this evening? Thank you for being here. I do appreciate y'all as always. Don't forget to hit that like button. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. So right now, I've got this order block with the fair value gap within it. This was the only untapped fair value gap in this sequence. We did use it as support. Came down, used another. This is a 4-hour fair value gap. Got to bounce off of that. So now I'm just waiting to see where price wants to take us. After sweeping this high, This is going to be the low side of an order block, of this order block right here. Now, how do you identify order blocks? Well, a lot of people mistakenly think it's just the last candle, but rather, if it is a series of candles, we take in the entire series of candles. So we would take in all three of these. This is the low side of the order block. This is the top side of the order block. And then you can see once we come down, we take out this low, we come back into that order block and into this fair value gap right here. Do not get a close above the midpoint of that fair value gap, and then get a push down into this internal, more short-term order block here. And that is where we are currently trying to get a push off of, but are failing to get through this order block right here. So can't even get through the midpoint. So we'll see what price wants to do. Let's go ahead and turn on VWAP. We're sitting below VWAP. If you can get a nice big push and get that 15-minute close above, I don't really see. I would want to get a close above this high, this wick high at 110,960 before I start looking and considering any longs. So nothing as of right now on Bitcoin. Just kind of wait and see. Now this week, we have Monday. We have no news. Let Monday play out. Let it do its thing. Tuesday, non-farm payrolls annual revision. It says it's high impact, but I'm not really sure how high impact how much of an impact it's really going to have. It also says the inflation rate year over year from mainland China is going to be a high impact event, which it can be for Bitcoin and crypto because it is 24/7. So, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with price at 9:30 tomorrow night Eastern Standard Time. Not tomorrow night, but Tuesday night. That non-farm payrolls is Tuesday at 10 a.m. This is all Eastern Standard Time. And then we have PPI month over month on Wednesday. And then we get into the good stuff. We get the core inflation rate, our CPI on Thursday, our inflation rate month over month and year over year as well on Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Write it down. I'm sure you guys know, you're all in the same trading communities as I'm in, and you will know that this is coming up. So be careful. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. Do not get caught. I will still be in the Discord, probably in chats while I'm just chilling in the hospital. My wife, who knows? We'll see. We'll see. I mean, of course, we'll have family in and out. But I mean, I'll be at the hospital all day, so I'll be needing to do something. And one of those somethings is charting. And then Friday, we've got Michigan consumer sentiment prelims. Nobody's awake for, well, some of you are, I guess, for the UK GDP month over month on Friday at 2 a.m. So, yeah, main things are going to be Thursday and Friday, I think. I'm not really sure about non-farm payrolls annual revision. We'll have to see. Prior was minus 818,000. Oh, that was that one. Oh, who knows what this one's going to be. It shouldn't be too unexpected, though, given the revisions over the past couple of months. So, I'm awake. Yeah, I know you're awake, Javi. You are in Aussie land, as you say. Guess it's not technically evening for you, Miss Violet. Nope. Do you think we just finished a 3-wave corrective structure? On Bitcoin, Not entirely. Why? Mostly has to do with the length of wave C. If you were to consider this as wave C, from this high to this low, I'm assuming you're meaning A, B, C. You think we just corrected like that? I'm assuming this is what you're talking about. But if I go from this high to this low, then that means we have lower to go. So we are currently falling out of that range. I didn't think that that would hold up because it is an internal order block. But it is coming down to this fair value gap, which might just be used as fuel to continue to push lower. We shall see. I also like to take fixed range volume profile and take in these little corrective moves, or more reversal. It's more like a reversal move down in here, because then I can get a point of control of that area, and also value area low. I mean, value area high, of course, as well. So I just want to see if price can get a reaction off of this level and then get a shift in market structure. So when it comes to these levels, what I'm always looking for, so if price does start to move up here and I'm thinking about a short, then I want to see price come up, come down, come back up, sweep a high, and then come back down and take that low and then create a fair value gap within here that also lines up with an order block, which would be typically within this move right here. So then I would look for a pullback into that. It could be the very next candle after the candle closed below this low. It could be that quick. So just have to pay attention to that. But as soon as that fair value gap or order block forms, I'm looking at my risk and I'm putting in, I'm going to put a short on it. Not take the trade just yet, but I want to, go ahead, get ready for my risk, get the trade, get ready, and then what I've been doing a lot of lately is finding my stop. Okay, this is where I want my stop, and then I will just do a 3-to-1. I don't care where it goes or anything. I just want to stay consistent in my trading. And I just want to do 3-to-1 every single trade. That's all I want. Is 3-to-1 every single trade. I don't care what the not the end result, but I don't care what the profit is, as long as I'm profiting and it's a 3-to-1 trade. That's all I care about. So, and risking 2% of the account on that as well. So that's what I'll look for. So you want to see price go to a key level first, then you want to see it shift in market structure and form an order block, because when you see something like this, you know that traders are getting trapped here, okay? And that's how you know an order block is strong, because it traps traders. That's why when I look for the order blocks, I am looking for lows to get swept. So when I see this push up here, and then I see this get taken, and then we push up and come back to the upside, okay, then I anticipate price to come back down into that order block. And if I get a bullish push off of it, then I'm going to throw in my long on a bullish close. Candle's got to close. Put my stop below the low and then aim for a 3-to-1. Just a general rule, 3-to-1. This is how you start to manage discipline, especially as a new trader who can have their emotions kind of wreck them. You want to ensure some consistency and discipline. Now, we do have equal highs up here. Now, if you're a little bit more advanced and you're looking for liquidity like this, that's a 3.57 to 1, so you're not adding on too much more risk. But that's how I would play that one. Now, this is one giant order block in here. Like I said, it doesn't have to be the last candle down. It can be a sequence of candles. This is 3 candles down coming into this previous order block, and then coming up and breaking above this. See how we get this one little push up here, and then we come down? Well, I want to see us get a close above that high right here, and that's what we do right here. And then I want to see a pullback into this giant order block, and that is what we get. We get the bullish push off of it with a bullish engulfing candle. Throw on the trade, put my stop loss just below the low, and then do a 3 to 1, and it hits right there. And I actually like that because I'm probably not aiming for the high here, because I don't know if this order block here is going to have a bearish rejection or not. But you're still looking at 0.61%. I mean, you throw a little bit of leverage on it, not too much, but throw a little bit of leverage on it, and you can make some nice gains. You can make anywhere from a few percent to, depending on how crazy you want to get. If you put 100x on that, that's 62% trade right there. But I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying that's also a risk of a 20% loss. So do your risk management wisely. Okay? All right. So we always want to look for price to have reactions off of these levels. Now, when we find an order block that also has a fair value gap within it, those fair value gaps tend to be pretty strong levels, or at least those order blocks plus fair value gaps together tend to be very strong levels. And we can see price come down and smack this fair value gap and get a big push off of it, closing. It is a tiny candle. Then we get a push, another push up. Now, if I see this, I still want to wait for the next candle to clear back above this order block before I consider taking a trade. Now, we can also see price come up, and then we also create a fair value gap in here. We can see price come down into that fair value gap, and then from there is where I would definitely consider taking a trade. But I'm mostly just looking for price to come back down to the fair value gap. I'm going now on these fair value gaps. I'm always going to put my stop loss below the low of the candle that makes up the fair value gap, and do a 3 to 1. Close enough. The dang magnet. There we go. 3 to 1 trade. You're looking at 1.31%. A little bit of leverage, and I mean, you're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. If we take this low and do a 3 to 1, can we get a 3 to 1 on this whole move? Oh, yes, we can. 2.23%. Look at that. Look at that. So, either one can play out. The more likely one to play out, though, is going to be this one. Because it's all about, as Alex O says, and I've heard TradeFly say it as well, it's all about base hits and just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. What's going on? Jesus saves. Good evening. Thank you for being here. God bless. What's the difference between fixed range volume profile and an anchored volume profile? What is an anchored volume profile? That's my first question. Is a fixed range volume profile not an anchored volume profile? Honestly, don't use them all that much. Date and price, anchored volume profile? Interesting. So your anchored volume profile, I'm going to assume. So your fixed range, it is on a fixed range. Okay, so what that means is wherever you put the beginning of it and the end of it, that's the range it's going to take in. When you do an anchored volume profile, it's taking in everything just from the left. So if I just drop this here, then it's taking in all of this price action for the volume profile because you're anchoring it here. So it just takes all of that in. Whereas with a fixed range volume profile, I can take out, specific consolidation areas or, reversal zones. And I can just plot, these lines. I can say, all right, there's the value area low. There's the point of control. And there's the value area high. And I can just say of this range. So if price comes up in here, I would expect reactions off of these levels, potentially. I shouldn't say expect, but I would look for reactions off of those levels, especially your points of control. So, we spoke of this LBC. What's that? So yeah, I don't use volume profiles all that often, to be frank. I just do so much just price action. That's all I really care about. Oh, look at that. We've reversed. Now this is looking tasty. This is what okay, so we get a sweep here. We're getting a bullish push off. Let's go ahead and throw on my sessions. All right, so if you have this specific indicator, hold on. Why are we highs and lows? And I need to brighten you up. There we go. CBDR. Now, I'm still not sure what this means. I don't know if it means like central bank deposit repo, whatever. I don't know. Depository repurchase or something. I don't know. Central bank digital RUAR. I don't know what it is. All I know is that it starts at 2 p.m. and ends at 8 p.m. when Asia opens. And I'll also look for, and it happened here, a sweep of the CBDR during the Asia kill zone. Then you get a reversal, and then you smack up the longs in this instance. So this plays out pretty often. Sometimes it doesn't, but it does play out pretty often where price will sweep the CBDR during the Asia kill zone or during the Asia session, and then it'll put in a reversal. You don't just want to enter on a sweep of the CBDR because it could always roll over on it. You want to get the reversal signal. You want to see something like this where price comes down, takes out an internal low like it did here, and then pushes away from it. Then you want to see this high that was made here in the middle. Let me grab a path tool, and let me just do this whole path here. Down, up, down, current up, this high here. Now, if this 15-minute closes above that current high here, and then we wait to see what the next candle does. If the next candle kind of just chills out right here, consolidates on top, then I will look for the candle after that one, because then we would create a fair value gap. I would look for the next one to come down and get a push off of that fair value gap, and I would throw this on here, get myself my 3-to-1, and be done. 0.29%. So hopefully it's a little bit better than this. Upward resistance. What did that get us? Where's my 3-to-1? Oh, whoa, Bitcoin. Hold on. Bitcoin's mooning. All right. Calm down now. All right, we've busted through that one. Busted through that one. Tap the midpoint of this order block. Getting rejected currently. There we go. Now, if I'm on the 15-minute, find 15-minute order blocks, and I haven't gotten into this yet because it adds more layers to smart money concepts. But if you start at the 15-minute, then you can go down to the 3 or the 1 to look for the reversal, especially if you get a knockback rejection like we're getting right now. But then I would just look for price to kind of come up, sweep that high, and then see if we can get a big push down, or decent push down anyway. But yeah, I'm trying to stay a little bit more on the higher time frames. I mean, at least a 15. I've noticed that these order blocks and fair value gaps tend to play best off of the 15-minute. You also get a little bit more on your RR, your R multiple on the 15-minute. And those trades are typically more intraday trades, but I mean, they can still run a little bit longer. Maybe like a day and a half, 2 days is like pushing it for a 15-minute entry. But I mean, it all depends. It's all context. It all depends on the context. Oh, the 1 hour BTC has kind of a rising wedge look. Unless this is a higher low. Frankie uses FRVP. Yes, he does. Central bank dealers range. Thank you. We can learn a lot from each other. We need to link up. Wait, who are you talking to? Me? Moon gods? Yeah, we'll see. Now, I haven't gotten an alert on Solana, but because I was waiting to see if price would come down into its own little fair value gap within an order block down here, and it just completely said, nope, I'm good. So this was nice. So we get the move up, then we get the move down into this 15-minute order block. This is just a prime example of what I like to look for. Price comes up, you get the candle body close above this high of this up candle here before the move down. You get the sweep of that low, so you trap the traders, and then you push away from them. Okay, you get the candle body close above this high, and then you get a pull back into the fair value gap that was created when you broke this high. and then off and away you go. You come up, you blast through this upwards fair value gap, you close above it, you consolidate on top of it, and then you continue higher. So Solana is on a roll right now. It is taking out this high, so be careful if this closes below this in the next 4 minutes. Might want to look for potential reversals. We have stuff that we can come down and attack to the downside. So, but back to Bitcoin, I just wanted to show you guys an example right there. What'd you say on the 1 hour? How it's kind of a rising wedge look. It's like a rising, broadening wedge. Some call it a megaphone type of deal. But yeah, I mean, it does have that kind of a look to it. Now, these oftentimes will do stuff like this. So, yeah, so just so you know, don't particularly care for that. I like to connect as many highs as possible, but it's got to make sense. That just doesn't make sense. This already failed to come back up. But yeah, not a big not a big pattern trader. So I don't really look for these all that much. More so, if I'm looking for patterns, it's more so on like a higher time frame, like a 4 hour. That's when I'm typically looking for patterns, because they just tend to play out more often on the higher time frames. But yeah, I need to do more macro rundown. All right, let's take a look at the NASDAQ, see what we're doing over here. Oh, I like patterns on stocks because they play out. Not so much on the crypto. I should have made that. I mean, I made the clarification, but okay, so all right, so the Nasdaq is currently sitting at 23,743.25 points. It has been in this more of this like consolidation type of range in here. If I had to guess, we're going to want to come down and take these lows. If I had to guess. Luckily, I don't have to. I just know. No. JK. All right, so we did get a breakout back test, but it did close below the low here. So I don't know. Want to be careful here. Definitely want to be careful here. Not completely sold on bullish price action, especially when we're doing these really choppy moves up moves. I don't know. It's just ugly. But we did get a candle body close above this high on the 4 hour, so that's good. Pull back into, not really sure. I don't see anything. It's a specific level that it pulled back into. No fair value gap. Didn't get a push off a fair value gap. Maybe on the 15-minute we'll have something. I guess just this order block. Look at that. Why here and not here? Because this was a green candle. This was not. Smacked it. Smacked that order block. This is looking kind of weak. Money flow coming to the downside. Stochastics kind of getting a little bit of a reset. So potentially could get a push back. A little bit of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not really feeling that though. Mostly because I like to see my wave 3s take out previous highs. So if this was to be like a 5-wave impulse, I would want to see 1, 2, 3, clear that high, and then get my 4th wave and then push higher. But as it stands right now, it's not really it. It's not really the one. Money flow coming down. VWAP below the 0 line. Stochastics bottomed out. RSI below the 50. Money flow still green on the 15. So patience, patience, patience. Like I said, it is Sunday, so I'd really just want to see what Monday does. Ooh, getting a rejection off of this level. What is this level? Let's zoom out. Guess it's a previous high? Maybe not. Is it anything? Anything special? Is it a order block? Is it something else? Getting a rejection off of it, though. I love it when I put levels on a chart and I don't know how I got it. It's my favorite thing. I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't know. But I know we're rejecting off of it. That's what I do know. Currently. I'm going to have to rework my charts. But yeah. S&P 500. Been nice little grind to the upside here. Not really what I like to see with these lows, because they do like to get taken. Now, these can, of course, break to the upside. So really, it's just about getting out of the range one way or the other. Out of this channel, of this wedge, one way or the other, to get some kind of sense of direction. I mean, right now, technically, direction is up. But it's a weak up, as we're just kind of choppy, right? It's not nice big moves sideways and then a nice big move. It can turn into this. It can turn into that. I mean, if it gets some follow through. But right now, I don't see it. Now, the market, you would expect some upside here soon, considering that we are expecting a rate cut, and I would expect the market to price that in, but we're not getting anything as far as the Fed doing any kind of like emergency cutting. So I don't know. Maybe they will after the numbers this week, or maybe they will hold off for next week, because next Wednesday is our FOMC, is when we get our rate cut. Okay. The question is going to be how much they cut. Is it going to be 25 or is it going to be 50? Rejection. Did not get a candle body close above this high, but we did get a candle body close above this high. And now we are 10 minutes away from this candle closing. So I want to see what this candle does. Follow me on X at Lunar Beaches. I did just join LBC's Discord, Kelly. 15 and 30 minutes has a good track record for me. Yep. Unless this is a higher low. You said on the 1 hour. Were you talking about this? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I can see it a little bit, but I don't know. I'm more concerned about, if I'm doing a trend line, then I'm more concerned about trends than I am patterns, but that's just me, though. That's just me, though. But no, I think, I mean, if I was to call this an ABC or a 1, 2, 3, ABC 1, 2, 3, buckle my shoe, you and me, I don't know. This would be like an ABC, but this would be part of a bigger A, B, C. I guess we could come down here and still be okay, but I don't know. I really don't. I just feel like if we're gonna take out this low and we're gonna clear this order block, if we don't get a strong bounce back up and a clear of the B, wherever the B ends up coming in at here, then it's just, it doesn't matter. But yeah, this is, I would look for more of something like this. Instead of this being a completed ABC, I would look for more something like this. ABC. And then this can be an ABC as well inside of here. And then you look for the ABC to the downside. I want to see that B taken, ABC. Maybe something like this. Just an idea. But I mean, this is so ugly. I mean, it's like impossible to count waves in this crap. That's another thing. That's what I don't like about this price action is that it's just, there's no clear sense of direction, which typically means bearish, or at least choppy sideways. Go back over to Trading Home. Let's take a look at the Dixie. All right, so big fall off here for the Dixie. Excuse me. Last week, did not get a good sleep this weekend. Terrible time to not get good sleep because it's when I need it the most before I actually don't get sleep. But we see a breakdown here of this upwards trend line, come up to it and reject off of it and this downwards trend here. Okay. So this is a daily. Money flow is still red. Our momentum waves are below the zero line along with our VWAP. Stochastics are kind of sitting a little bit elevated, so they could come down lower. They are pointing lower. Same with the RSI here on the day. Now, the Dixie is inverse correlated with Bitcoin on higher time frames like the daily, but like this run up here, we saw Bitcoin run up at the same time until it didn't. But that doesn't mean just because they are inverse correlated most of the time that they can't go on runs together. I pointed this out last week, and I can make it easier to see it by adding a Bitcoin price chart. But you can see they both ran up together. You saw Bitcoin pull back, but then Bitcoin continued on without it, and you got that divergence between the two. So, but you can see Bitcoin pulling back. You see Dixie pulling back. So it's not exactly just a one-to-one all the time. But if I go to the weekly chart, hello. Well, I mean, the entire time the dollar's been moving up, so is Bitcoin. Interesting that, isn't it? But if we look at the, let's put this on, can I put this on log? There we go. Get out of the way. All right, so let's just block off. Let's see this upwards move here. Need to change this to generic red, no, gray box, no. Where's my white box? There we go. So take in that whole area here, We got the Dixie pushing to the upside, and Bitcoin is pushing to the downside during that whole entire move. And we've got the Dixie getting a pullback down, Bitcoin sideways. Then we see the Dixie get a push up at the same time as Bitcoin. They both peak at the same time. Bitcoin gets a little bit of a pullback as the dollar gets a little bit of a pullback. Dollar pushes up. Bitcoin kind of goes sideways a little bit. And then the dollar plummets and Bitcoin starts pushing to the upside. Then they push to the upside together again. So it's not exactly inverse correlated, but you can see at this point right here, I mean, they just kind of, well, actually you start to divert here. So you start to divert here where you see the Dixie coming down and Bitcoin continuing to push to the upside. So there are times when they run together and times when they don't. So like I said, they're not entirely inverse correlated. In fact, the dollar has been moving to the upside during Bitcoin's entire existence. Why? Demand in USDT. Demand in stable coins. Especially now that you have to buy US Treasury bills, T-bills, and bonds. If as a stablecoin issuer, if people come to you for stablecoins and you mint stablecoins, you have to go and buy. This is part of the Genius Act, I believe. You have to go and buy the T-bills if you are the stablecoin issuer or bonds or whatever. So yeah, Dixie still looking pretty weak. If it can continue to the downside, that might help us or it might hurt us. Depends on where we are. Like I said, they can run together. USDT dominance. Let's zoom in a little bit here, see what we're looking at. Back up into the resistance zone, but we did break this curve to the upside, and we are rejecting this general supply zone. Did we create some equal highs? Pretty close. Equal highs and equal lows love to get taken out, so we want to be cautious here. Now, if the USDT dominance does fall, then so shall our, well, not so, also, rather, that should push our risk on assets, our crypto, to the upside. Holy crap. It's almost 10 o'clock. You guys are being very quiet. You guys must be soaking it all in, I guess. Let's take a look at the Russell real quick. Oh, Russell continuing to push to the upside. A lot of wick action going on in here. I mean, we did have some heavy data last week. They got the price really moving in here. So, yeah, breakdown, sweep of the low, continue to the upside. Did not get a candle close above this high on the 4-hour. So, and again, kind of choppy move to the upside. Whenever I see highs and lows like this, it just, all I can think of is liquidity. Because oftentimes that's all the market maker is thinking of too, is liquidity. So, yeah. Giggity giggity, give me the liquidity. How about that? Total daily. All right, so we've gotten a break of that downwards trend here on our total crypto market cap. Nice consolidation, little breakout. want to see some continuation here. These lows, I don't mind. Okay? These are different. These aren't the same because we're putting in lower highs. Okay? Do not see a bullish divergence here either. In fact, bearish divergence, which has pretty much played out. So we'll have to see if we can maintain some green money flow here on the daily chart for our total 2. And I have been watching this for a potential running flat in here. Running flat. Come on now. Running flat is when you get a break above a range high and you come up short of taking out the range low. So it looks like this, and it continues to the upside. So the word of the week is continuation. And can we get continuation? That's what we need to see. We need to see reversals on a lot of our assets, but we need to see some continuation as well, especially on these bigger ones, on the indices, as I call them, the crypto indices, your totals. Big time consolidation coming to a head, just getting ready to go, man. One way or the other. This can reverse to the downside too, because why? The lows, man. The lows like this. Anytime they're just building them up. So gotta be cautious of that. And symmetrical triangle, which play out only 50% of the time as continuation patterns. They can also be reversals. So we shall see. We do have momentum pushing to the downside. We do have a sharp push down on money flow, but that means we can also get a push to the upside. Stochastics didn't really get a full reset, meaning they didn't come down and tag the zero line or even come close to it like we do back over here. I mean, it got a little close to it, so yeah, let's see what Monday brings, but I'm feeling like we can see, it's possible that we can see some upside, but we've got to get back up into that range, and we're currently just kind of rejecting off of it. So not exactly what we want to see so far, but we've got a whole day ahead of us. And speaking of days ahead of us, tomorrow, Market Cipher looks so crazy to me. It's actually not Market Cipher B. Shout out to Jonathan Schaefer. But yeah. It can be a lot to take in when you're first looking at it. But yeah, I just had to add a highlighted 0. Yeah, you got to do that too. Yep, you got to highlight that. You can add your own 0 line on there if need be. But yeah. Anywho, tomorrow I will not be back. I will not be back tomorrow. Will not be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Will not be here the rest of the week to stream to you guys. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll just see you when I see you. All right, bye. No, I'm kidding. Yes, big day tomorrow. Baby LBC comes tomorrow. Very excited about that. Quick poll. 1 in chat for boy, 2 in chat for girl. Because we don't know. We don't know. And I want to see what you guys think. We'll find out tomorrow. I will be the first one to find out. Well, aside from the doctor. But I'll be looking. And then I'll be leaning over to my wife and saying, it's, and I'll be telling her what it is. It's a boy. It's a girl. It's Superman. Baby wave. Oh, couple of girls. All right. I see. I see. You guys have a specific song you want me to play at the end here? That's the one, Alexandra G. One or two. Doesn't really matter. Because it doesn't. None of this on tonight's stream is financial advice. Of course, it's not like I gave out any trades because I'm more focused on teaching others how to trade instead of giving you setups. The setups are for the Discord. Join a Discord. One day I'll catch something on here that I can share with you guys for a trade. And that's why I've been working. I worked relentlessly this weekend, did a ton of back testing, hours upon hours of back testing. I was up till 2 a.m. Friday night, Saturday morning. Just back testing the Asia session and trying to find an edge for Asia. And I might have found one, but I've got to do a little bit more digging, a little bit more work back testing on that. And I want to trade it myself just to kind of get a good feel for it. Hold on, timeout. All right, that candle closed. There's a fair value gap. I want to see a bullish reaction off of this. And if it doesn't even give us one, then I might go ahead and just slap along and see what happens. Because, I mean, these upside levels do look juicy. So we do know that there's a lot of supply up there. But if we can come down into this fair value gap and get a push off, that would be great. But right now, it's not giving it to us. But if it did, I would look for this. And we'll look for a 3 to 1. 0.75%. That's not bad. That's what I would look for. Not financial advice. Whoops. Wrong button. All right, guys. So, yeah, Father God, we lift our brother in this exciting time. May you guide the doctors and guard them, all three in this. Thank you, God, for the blessing of life. Jesus Almighty. Oh, in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen, brother. Thank you, Drew. I appreciate that, my guy. That's awesome. And congrats. I'll pray all goes well tomorrow. Pray you get some rest tonight, David. Thank you. In a long BTC, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And yeah, we'll see. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in the Discord chat and, you know, on the chats, in the chats tomorrow as well. I might even hop in while I'm at the hospital pre-baby and just say hey real quick. We'll see. We'll see if I'm by myself, which does happen because she'll have to get, you know, ready and prepped for everything and all that. And so I'll be alone for a little bit if I remember correctly. So I might pop in Alex's chat real quick because I'll be up that early. And then I believe we start at noon my time, so about 1 Eastern time. And then we'll be finding out baby boy or baby girl. And I will let you guys know as soon as my other kids know. Once my other kids know, I'm allowed to tell everybody else. So yeah, very excited. But yeah, I'll see you guys at some point tomorrow, and probably bright and early because I will be up bright and early, and I'll probably be saying good morning to everybody and all that good stuff. But so I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you throughout the day, and I will see you when we have a +1. Wow. Tomorrow. It's crazy. Been waiting 9 months for this, 8 months for this. Can't wait. Baby boy, 8 pounds, 9 ounces. Might want to lower the poundage on that. 36 weeks. If that helps you out at all. And 2 weeks ago, we were at 5 pounds, 12 ounces. I think. It's either 2 weeks or a month ago. So, yeah. Anyways, I need to go so I can get some sleep and prepare. I mean, everything's pretty prepared. I don't really have anything to do other than pack chargers and a few clothes, and that's it. And that's it. And we're going to be good. So, yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. I thank you all for joining me this evening. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out, subscribing to the channel if you are new, hitting that notification bell to be notified whenever I create new content and when I go live. Please share. Share. If you find value in my content and you think other people can find value in my content, in my teaching, all that good jazz, please go and share my streams, share my videos, and help me get some engagement and help your friends and family. So, anyways, I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's get buck on the last one. Mad love. God bless. Peace out. Bye.
Yeah, oceans crashing, moonlight flashing, wave riders rise up, ride the waves, ride the waves. Wave riders, on Lunar Beaches, we don't care. Ride the wave, wave riders, wave riders. Storms may crash, but we stay brave. Ride the wave, Mod Queen, my boss, Alexandra GGG, holding down the tide, keep the chaos off me. Melissa, one love, spreading light through the dark. In the middle of the storm, she the flame, she the spark. Jesus saved 77, bringing blessings in the fight. Standing tall with the crew every day, every night. Harp with the metal horns, energy insane. Bang your head to the beat, let it flow through your veins. Wave riders, ride the waves, ride the riders, ride the riders. On Lunar Beaches, we don't cave. Ride the waves, ride the waves. Maybe and Danish got the rhythm on lock. Polyrhythmic flow when the market gon' drop. All set, grinding steady, always working on the charts. Never back down, heat of brains, heat of heart. Kelly, they can left and stomping hard on the snakes. Big steps, crushing all the fear that it takes. Jay Rizzo moving silent ninja art in his hand. Duality sees an alien, not from this land. Wave riders, stand tall. Wave riders, break wall. Through the storm, we don't cave. Ride the waves, ride the waves. Wave riders, ride the waves. Wave riders, wave riders. Storms may crash, but we stay brave. Ride the waves, ride the waves. Wave riders, wave riders. Forever etched in the tide, we pave. Ride the waves.